It's the catabolic beats.
I know video games is what you're down for. I say we quit playing games and let the video on. Pull down my skirt, I'll be nothing but your shirt. You be the stylist, you be the jack, I'll just be your girl.
Hi everybody, I just finished filming this makeup tutorial, so if you guys are interested, please continue to watch. Take care. I love you guys. Bye. Bye.
Alright, so I already did my eyebrows off camera in one eye, and the first step we're going to do is prime our eyes. It is an important step in order for your eyeshadows to stick. I am using the NYX Jumbo pencil in white. Don't forget to set your primer with any translucent powder that you may own. So the first color we're going to be working with is Morocco from my Nubian 2 palette. This color is so rich, so orange, that all you have to do is take the brush, dab it once, place it on your crease in windshield wiper motions, and then you're just going to go back and forth, and make sure when you get to the end, you're going to flick it outwards. But you're going to carefully build this color, because since this color is so orangey, if you go into that brush, it's harder to blend away when you put too much product on. So work with this color very slowly, very gradually, and once you get the color payoff that you're looking for, you can stop adding. Now I'm going into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Renaissance palette, and I am going to be working with this beautiful Venetian red color, and I am using a Sigma 25 brush. This is one of my samples that I received at IMATS, and I'm focusing this color on my crease. And again, I just dabbed the brush one time, placed it, and I'm carefully blending. And you're going to keep doing this about 3 to 4 times, and then you stop once you see it at a pigmentation that you're looking for. But carefully work with this color, because this color is very rich and you don't want it to get muddy or messy on you, because we're working with a lot of reds, but we're creating different dimensionals. So just be very patient and concentrate more on placing and building and blending. Now to make this color pop a little bit more, I went in with a little bit more deeper color, and I grabbed again the Nubian 2 palette, and I'm using Jezebel from this color, which is a beautiful like burgundy and purple like color. It's just gorgeous, and I am working that now on my bottom crease, like right underneath where I placed that Venetian red. And we're going to go back and forth. Again, you're going to concentrate that, but we're working on the lower part of the lid side of the crease. And we're just going to go back and forth and pack it and just give this look more of a dimensional look. So it's just making all these colors work together and just give different reflex of red. I probably do this process about maybe 3 to 4 times. Again, you can stop at your liking, but for me it took about 3 to 4 times just to make it look nice and blended and just that it pay off correctly. I might even adjust it off camera a little bit because I didn't want to make it look long, but you're going to spend a lot of time blending. Now for the final color, I am going in with my BH Party Girl palette, and I'm grabbing this true red color and I'm placing that right on my lid. And then carefully after this, I'm going to be blending and making sure that no colors were diffused or anything like that. So I am just going to be going back and forth, blending off camera because I just didn't want this video to be long. So just look at what you're working with, and then you be the judge of how much red, how much other colors you want it to stick out, and then just carefully blend. Basically, you're gonna be reapplying colors, going back and forth. Here I'm reapplying with Venetian red. So just look at the colors that you want to re-put that got a little bit diffused, and just make sure that you reblend them. That's all. It doesn't matter how messy you get, because in the end you can always grab a makeup remover and clean that and make a nice sharp edge. Now I am applying my NYC liquid eyeliner in the color black, and I don't know if you can tell, but I do create my wing a little bit lower than my lash line, just since I have hooded lids. This is the only way I can make my wing eyeliner stand out. If you're not comfortable replacing your eyeliner, what you could do as a technique is you can grab your pinky and lay it on your cheek just to give you guidance so it doesn't get messy. And if you do get messy, always remember you can always grab a wipe, a makeup wipe, and then just clean it up the way I just did now, because it was a little bit bleeding on the bottom and I just cleaned that up. This is optional. If you want to, I grab my Lorac Pro makeup palette, but if you just have a regular bone color, you could just take that color and apply that to your brow bone right underneath that. And I'm just carefully placing that, and then I go back in with a big fluffy brush and I blend that out. Now I grab my velour lashes and doll me up, and I'm gonna do this off camera. I love these lashes. I love the way they make my eyes look dolly like. So I got this primer. It's from Becca. It's called the Black Light Primer Filter. I got this on my Sephora Playbox, so I decided to add this to my T-zone, and I like how it gave me an illuminating finish. Now I am going to be applying my foundation. This is the Too Faced Born This Way in the color Honey, and I'm gonna just dab that all over my face, and then grab my damp beauty blender, and we're just gonna start blending the foundation away. I for some reason I've been loving the beauty blender, the way it gives me a natural finish on my face. It is a technique that I forgot and I have been loving a lot lately. Here I'm grabbing my Bare Minerals concealer, and I'm going to be applying that towards my right eye, and I'm going a little bit higher, bringing it up to my nose bridge since I do have a white nose. I find that this technique gives my nose a slimmer appearance. Now I grab my damp beauty blender and I start carefully blending that away. I'm just going in little sections, little by little, dab dab, go very softly. Do not drag the beauty blender, because if you drag it, you're just going to start moving your foundation underneath it. So you're just going to carefully dab dab dab. And honestly, I've been doing this a lot and I just love this technique. This is a longer process because I was aiming for a more glam type look, and I find that when you take your time doing this step, your foundation underneath your eye, your concealer, will last so much longer. Now I took another beauty blender, and this one is actually dry, and I have the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm taking that just to set the concealer and let it sit there for a little bit. And I'm gonna do the same exact technique on my other eye. I'm just gonna cut it out because it's the same exact method that we're doing on both eyes, and I'm just working in sections, that's all. Here I'm taking that concealer and I'm gonna start adding that towards my forehead and my chin and the top of my lip. I didn't put it on my nose bridge only for the fact because I went high on the concealer. I just didn't feel like I needed it. And then I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and make sure that everything is well blended, because since I did set underneath my eyes and I let it bake a little bit, I'm just making sure that there's no powder left behind. To set the rest of my face, I grabbed this e.l.f. press finishing powder. It's new, so I don't know how I feel about it yet, and then I take a big fluffy brush just to blend that out and make sure that everything is nice and set. To bronze up my face, I will be grabbing this bronzer by Tarte. It is the Park Avenue Princess, and I'm using a Sonia Kashar contour brush to contour around the perimeters of my face. I also use this bronzer to contour my nose, and then we're gonna blend that out. To blend it out, I am grabbing this Sephora bronzer, the one I'm holding in my hand. This one's called Costa Rica, and I like this bronzer. I don't hear a lot of people talking about this bronzer, but it's a little bit more darker, and I just like how it gives more of a sun glow all over my face. So I'm just blending that out with a BH cosmetic brush, and I'm just going to be blending and putting that all around the perimeters of my face. And now I am taking off the baking that I did on the side. Okay, so here I am grabbing an eyeliner brush, and I grabbed the color Red Ochre from my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm just carefully placing that underneath my eyes, as you can see. And then with a fluffier brush, I go back into that palette and I grab that Venetian red, and I take that to blend out both colors, and I apply that on both sides. I also off camera went in with a black eyeliner brush on my waterline, and I did that on the top and the bottom. I wasn't sure what I was aiming for the lips. I ended up grabbing Night Moth by MAC, and I traced my lips with that color. And then I ended up grabbing a regular red lipstick, and I applied that towards the middle. And I really liked how the results ended up looking. So this is optional. If you want to just keep it nude lips, you can. But I just went in with Night Moth and a red lipstick, and then I went back in with the Night Moth lip liner, just to give it a little bit more of a darker look. Just to make sure that your lips are like nicely done and not bleeding, I went in with a concealer brush and my foundation, and I started cleaning up the edges just to make it nice and sharp and clean. I felt like my eyes were still missing something, so I decided to go back into my palette and I grabbed Primavera and I added that on my tear duct, and it just completed the look. If you can see, I just love how it just brought light into my face. Now I'm applying highlight, and I'm using a limited edition by MAC. I'm sorry, I'm using Old Darling, but if you guys have Gilded Honey, you can use that as well. They both have a gold finish to it. And I apply that on my cheekbones and down the center of my nose. For blush, I will be using my NYX blush in the color Silky Rose, and I'm grabbing the Real Techniques blush to apply it. And to set the face, I will be using my MAC Fix Plus. I'm adding a lot of it because this will take away the powder sensation off your face. And then I go back in and I add a little bit of more highlight. I just love when you do this technique. It makes the highlight pop a little bit more. And that is it, my beautiful beauty boxers. Take care. I love you and God bless. Bye.